Here are the top 5 wide receivers in the NFL. Starting off at number 5, I have A.J. Brown. It was awesome to see him really take the leap into a top-tier receiver this year, moving to Philadelphia. He was nearly a 1,500-yard receiver, top 5 in basically every metric, and it's really because Philly embraced his physical dominance. They didn't ask him to do anything fancy in that offense. It was just go routes, where he consistently dominated defensive backs at the catch point, and slant routes, where he would consistently just churn out yards after the catch. Number 4, I have Stefon Diggs. This one was pretty easy for me because I don't think there's a receiver better at getting separation than him in the entire NFL. He runs every route in the book and has really shined as a deep threat in Buffalo paired with Josh Allen's arm. He's also such a deadly weapon in the quick game, whether that's beating press or finding the soft spot in his own. His production is obviously consistently great, but I think it would be even better if Buffalo tapped into the quick passing game more often instead of always playing hero ball. I do think there's still a pretty clear top 3, and number 3 for me is Davante Adams. He proved in Vegas this season that he is going to produce at an insane level no matter what. Despite the clear downgrade at quarterback and offensive play caller, he still finished 3rd in yards and led the league in touchdowns. He still looked just as talented as always doing so. His stout hands and incredible route running make him any quarterback's best friend. Number 2 is the most explosive receiver in the NFL, Tyreek Hill, who proved his case even more by thriving outside of the Kansas City offense in Miami. And to put into perspective how efficient he was this season, he destroyed everyone in yards per route run. Even Justin Jefferson didn't even come close. There are no limits to how much he changes the game schematically. Cornerbacks could line up 10 yards off of him and he would still be able to stretch the field like this. That's how he helped Tua break out. At this point, I think the best receiver in the NFL is Justin Jefferson. Every year, he somehow manages to become more dominant and productive, and it capped off with him winning Offensive Player of the Year, which is exactly what I predicted. In fact, I thought that he could go for 2,000, and I do think he could go for 2,000 next year. It's just not another receiver at this point who's as consistently productive as him. He led the league in yards. He led the league in yards per game. He led the league in first downs. He led the league in yards after the catch. While people always love to talk about the gravity that a receiver like Tyreek Hill has, if you watched Justin Jefferson last year, you would notice that he was consistently drawing double and even triple coverage at times. There's not a single hole you can poke in his skill set, and there's not a single thing you can say to discredit him as a receiver at this point. He's number 1 for me.